You think procrastination is a failure of discipline. It's not. Your brain is actually rewarding you for putting things off, and until you understand how, you'll keep losing the same fight over and over. In this video, we're going to break down the real neuroscience behind procrastination, why it feels good in the moment even when you know it's hurting you, and the simple shift that finally breaks the cycle. Most people think procrastination means laziness, but neuroscience tells a different story. Procrastination isn't about not wanting to do the task. It's about your brain choosing short-term emotional relief over long-term benefit. Every single time those two things compete. Here's what's actually happening. When you think about a hard, boring, or overwhelming task, your brain registers it as a mild threat. Not a physical one, an emotional one. Stress, self-doubt, boredom, fear of failing. And your brain's job, above almost everything else, is to reduce discomfort as fast as possible. So when you close the tab, scroll your phone, or start in 5 minutes, your brain doesn't see that as failure. It sees it as relief. That relief releases a small hit of dopamine. And here's the part that matters. Your brain doesn't reward you for finishing the task. It rewards you for escaping the discomfort of it. That's why procrastination feels so good in the moment and so bad in hindsight. You're not weak-willed. You're responding exactly the way a reward-driven brain is built to respond. This is called a present bias. Your brain massively overvalues immediate relief and undervalues future consequences, even when you logically know the trade-off is bad. It's not a character flaw, it's a wiring issue, and wiring issues can be retrained. So let's talk about how. The first mistake most people make is trying to fix procrastination with willpower. I just need to push through. But willpower is a limited resource, and relying on it daily is like trying to hold a door shut with your arms instead of just locking it. It works for a while, then it doesn't. The real fix isn't more willpower, it's lowering the emotional cost of starting. Here's how that works in practice. Your brain isn't avoiding the whole task, it's avoiding the discomfort of starting it. So instead of telling yourself, I need to write the report, which triggers the same threat response, shrink the entry point until it feels almost too small to resist. I'll open the document. I'll write 1 sentence. I'll work for 2 minutes. This isn't a productivity trick, it's neurological. A tiny action doesn't trigger the same threat response a big, vague task does. And once you start, even for 2 minutes, something interesting happens. Momentum takes over because starting was the hard part, not continuing. The second shift is understanding your specific trigger. Procrastination isn't one thing. Some people procrastinate because a task feels boring. Others because it feels overwhelming. Others because they're afraid of doing it badly. Each of these needs a different fix. If it's boredom, add friction to distractions instead of the task. Make your phone harder to reach than your work. If it's overwhelm, break the task into a step so small it feels almost silly. If it's fear of failure, lower the bar intentionally. I just need a bad first draft, not a perfect one. Perfectionism is one of the most common hidden drivers of procrastination because a flawless attempt feels far more threatening to your brain than a messy one. The third shift is changing how you respond after you procrastinate. Most people respond with guilt and self-criticism, which feels productive but backfires. Guilt increases stress, and stress increases avoidance. It's the opposite of helpful. Studies on self-compassion and procrastination consistently show the same result. People who forgive themselves quickly after procrastinating are more likely to start sooner next time, not less. Shame keeps you stuck. Neutral acknowledgement moves you forward, so the pattern becomes notice the avoidance. Don't spiral into guilt, shrink the task and start small. Repeat that enough times and your brain slowly rewires its association with the task. It stops registering it as a threat and starts registering it as something manageable. Over time, this changes more than just your productivity. It changes your identity. You stop being someone who struggles with procrastination and start being someone who simply starts things because starting has stopped feeling threatening. That's the real solution here. Not more discipline, not more pressure. A brain that's been slowly retrained to see small starts as safe instead of something to escape from. So next time you catch yourself avoiding something, don't fight it with force. Shrink it. Make the first step so small your brain doesn't register it as a threat. Then let momentum take over from there.